your screen.
Okay, just
From the top, you will see that cross button.
yes.
Yes. Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Souvik. So go ahead with your introduction. Let me know about your expertise, experience, and all.
Okay. So, well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm Sobi, and I have total 2.3 years of experience with Cognizant Technology Solution as a data engineer. So, first I started my career with SQL as my first programming language, and after that I moved to Azure part. Like I worked many Azure tools like Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Synapse, and Azure Data Lake. And as well as I worked on Power BI dashboard as well to create and notice and reporting the data. And apart
Mhm.
from that, if I come to my projects, like I worked two projects on the in my previous company, and that project actually implementing and designing pipelines and going through the synapse and analyze the data and all those things actually I have done. And apart from that, in between my projects, actually, I have completed Azure certification like IZ 900 and Data Fundamental DP 900, and also I
Mhm.
have completed Azure Data Engineer Associate certification DP 203. If I come to the point of work, like yes, I have worked on Azure Data Factory, Synapse, and Databricks, and I have that expertise to work on that as well as to give KTs and give knowledge to can give knowledge transfer to the juniors or the new joiners. So that also I have done in my previous project. So yeah, that's my short introduction. Thank you.
Okay, so that's so great. You have an expertise talking about every services of Azure, almost covering up. So have you like worked with Azure Databricks also, as you mentioned, right? So can you just describe me a short about how does it distribute the data processing inside that? What's the architecture that goes on?
Okay, so if I come to the Databricks point, so there we need to write the code, the whatever the needed from the user side. Let's
Mhm.
assume if the user needs, so there would be the Python or SpiceBug language will be used to
Okay.
write the code. And if I go like if the user needs the particular region of data, or if the user needs the particular date and time data, so we need to write those code actually on the Databricks notebook. And about the processing part, as you asked me, so we need to connect the Databricks to Azure Data Lake storage part, so that we can get the data source also and the data
Mhm.
sync path as well. So we need to write that code. And if we come to Data Factory, then we can add the Databricks with Data Factory pipelines via link service, because link service is a connection bridge between data source and the sync. So we can connect that, and after that we can create a data flow and we can run the pipeline so that the data can process into the particular path for the user requirement, user needs.
Okay, so Apache Spark is a tool or it is a language? What can you define it?
Uh, Sorry, I can.
Apache Spark is like a tool or it's a language? What exactly it is?
Yes, I think Apache Spark is a language, because if I talk about Python and Spark, so the total data frame it creates the PySpark. So it's a kind of language.
Okay, so you have worked with SQL Server's database also, right?
Yes, yes,
Have you created any like backup restoring automation thing you have done in SQL servers?
yes. I have done it.
So how can you do
Uh,
it?
Yes, definitely. So actually, in our project or in the company's work policies, not from the client side. So whatever the user is saying that they need some kind of data on, like the similar kind of data in the SQL database, and they don't need the previous data now. So at that point of time, actually, what we did, like we have taking backup whatever the previous records are there. So at
Mhm.
that point of time, I have created one backup table. Just simple creating a table query like create table and giving a name of the table, and we have inserted the whatever the present data, previous data, whatever is there. We actually back up those records into the backup table, and after that we inserted the new records. So yes, like that I have created backup tables also.
So how can you automate that backup? That was the entire backup process basically you told me. So let's say I want to automate that backup every Saturday, or let's suppose every first of the month, I need to do the backup of one database. So how can I automate that task using SQL Server?
So actually, as you know, in SQL we have trigger option like schedule
Okay.
triggers. So like that, actually we can schedule the SQL queries based on the timing. So as you told that every Saturday or maybe in period of time. So at that point of time, we can use those particular triggers to schedule it,
Mhm.
and it will run automatically on that time.
So what is trigger? Can you define the trigger?
Yes, like if I say trigger is something unique for each and every query, and
Okay.
it helps to, yes, it helps to schedule the query at that particular timing, so
Mhm.
that it can run on those particular timings, so that process the data and taking backups. So those things actually.
So have you heard about clustered and non-clustered index?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Sorry.
Clustered and non-clustered index.
Yes, I have heard of that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, a cluster index is used to define, order to sort the table,
Mm-hmm.
and a non-cluster, I can say that it's collect the data at one place, and records at another places. So this is a non-cluster,
Okay.
and a non-cluster index is based slower than the cluster index. I can say.
Okay. So you have worked with Power BI also, right? The visualization tool which is present. So have you done data modeling over there?
So actually, the thing is actually I didn't develop the Power BI dashboard. My work is to to connect particular the database is there and the Power
Mm-hmm.
BI is there. I need to connect the database. The simple way we can connect. And the thing is, once the data is once the database is connected to the Power BI, at that point of time we can we can data visualize it, and we can check the data. So I mostly appropriate with the dashboard, not not
Okay,
develop
not data
or visual.
modeling part. Okay.
Yes.
So are you aware about data warehousing concept? Can you define that?
Yes, so basically a data warehouse is the containers where all the data can be stored, and
Okay.
it's a. Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is basically a data warehouse, and here we can store structure or non-structure, or in a image concept. So those things actually we can save those things. And apart from that, if I tell about data warehouse more concept, like it's a information that can be analyzed to make more more informed decision, like data flows and transactional systems. So those things also we can done in data warehouse. So
Okay.
if I yeah. So in data warehouse, if we can say, like there are some concept like ETL concept is there, which is connected to data warehouse, like extract, transforms, and load, and
Mhm.
there is metadata also is there. So these are the some things which is connected to data warehouse.
Okay, so Have you heard about two types of schemas which is present in data warehouses? Star schema and Snowflake schema.
Yes, I know about that. Sorry.
Okay. Can you go ahead with that? A short description, just
Like start schema.
yeah, star schema.
Okay, so basically, in a type of database, schema is that star schema is that is composition of a single or central table, and I think star schema can have any number of dimension tables, and yeah, I can remember it now.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. If you are not aware about, you can just say a no for that as well. It's totally fine, no problem. Okay, so can you define what is normalization and denormalization process in databases?
Normalization, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I go to database management system, the
Mhm.
normalization is the process of organize the data in a database, and it includes is it recording? Vaibhav?
Yeah, yes. Do you need to be
Actually,
paused?
I forget to bring. Okay, like which type of table I in my project?
Yes, like let's suppose you have stored something in a table, right? You must have created a table. So which type of table have you created? How many types of table are there present in the databases?
Okay, so basically, uh,
Okay, no problem. Let's skip this question.
no, like I'm just thinking like
Mhm.
there are transactional table is there. Like in my project, there is a region is there and transactional table and
Mhm.
master table. So those table are there. So these are the
That
table
is the
actually.
category of table which you are actually defining, right? Like master data is one table, customer data is another table. So accordingly, that is a category. But I'm asking
Mhm.
like there are specific types of tables present. Have you heard about delta tables? Have you worked on
Yes,
delta tables?
yes, like data and delta table. Yes, I am aware of that.
Yeah. So are you aware about like property, what delta table holds? Why is it so good for transactional processings?
So delta table actually contain the present data and the historic data,
Mhm.
and actually it can give the daily refreshing and as well as the previous data whatever process to the delta lake. So
Mhm.
that is the thing actually delta lakes can.
Okay. Last question. Let's go ahead with it. Can you differentiate between OLTP and OLAP databases?
Sorry.
OLTP and OLAP.
No, I'm not aware of that.
You have
I
not
will
heard of that?
definitely check this.
Okay, no problem. So, yeah, that's it. We will end up this technical round question right now. And now I will just give you upon some of the feedbacks. Okay. And after that, we will go ahead with more in-depth question, but that will be totally, I will be telling you those questions, not
Okay.
discussing as an interview point of view. Okay. So first of all, I will go ahead with feedbacks one by one. See, this is you are applying for a role where you have to totally deal with US clients, UK clients, mostly Arabic clients, Arab states, Arab countries.
Mm.
The fluency which you are talking about, like apart, so it comes by mother tongue, some of the things. Your voice is a bit pressing at a moment, so try to speak slowly. This
Okay.
is why your speeches score was a bit less, and that should be above 7. Mine is 8.6.
Oh,
So you can
okay.
understand that what exactly each word you have to give a proper time and properly you have to speak up that thing. Okay. Second part, prepare your interview. Prepare or interview mean to say your introduction, I did not found it was a prepared one. You just go ahead with the flow, whatever it was. Your fabric point was totally missing. Try to include more technologies in that. because the more cross domain you will be available here, it will be much better. Okay.
Okay.
Now, coming to technical point of view, I would give you 6 out of 10 on the technical. The reasons are you are slightly missing out very easy points. Like Spark cluster, when I asked about Spark cluster, I directly said in my words, Spark cluster is a distributed data processing. So which component helps to distribute the data, right? And that is known as Spark context.
Okay.
You will, when you will search for that, you will look at it. It is very simple thing. And second thing that which you were explaining that Spark cluster, you did not mention in the entire definition that it is used to create number of nodes, number of clusters. That is used for that when we are creating cluster. I hope you remember when setting up the Databricks, creating a cluster is the first task. Then only we can write anything inside the notebook,
Yeah.
right? So that cluster definition, you have to mention point is very important node and cluster is created over there. Third thing, Spark is not a language. Okay, Apache Spark is a tool which is helped to distribute the data. PySpark is a language.
Yeah.
So you can see these are very basic questions, and in fact, I am giving you that hint also. Then also you are missing some small point which you have to definitely look on before going to interview. Second important thing, two more important things I want to tell you apart from technical interview. One is a bit of background noise was there, something dragging up table or chair was some sound was coming. So like try for a better peaceful environment that will be better for you and use some headphone or earphones.
Yeah.
Second thing, when you are trying to search on laptop, the laptop light which is there when you are switching the browser from dark mode to normal mode. Since the zoom and interface is always a dark mode, it will have a constant light. But the moment you turn out to your Google Chrome in browser, that will be in a light theme and it will have more light. That is directly reflected on your face. So even if you are searching something on it, maybe you are keeping everything on a Word file and keeping it on the screen. That's totally fine. But try to reduce the brightness of the laptop.
Okay.
Else it will be clearly visible that you are looking for it, you are searching. Okay. Third thing. If you are not aware about any question, that's totally fine. It's not that you will score 100 and out of 100 each questions you are going to say it correct. It's not possible with each and every candidate. So it's totally fine. You can say like last at the last when we came to I guess relationship question, you said that okay, I will look for it. The cardinality or some question was the data warehousing concept. So that's fine. It's totally fine. You can skip that part, but do not try to like extend it without having a point because it was not connecting to point anyway.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
That interviewer will not like. Now I'm just
Yeah. Thank
okay, so that's it, Savik. I think it was a good interview and hope it will help you in the real also.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you for connecting.
All right, thank you so much. Bye.